No one knew the Hortmans better than their two children, Sophie and Colin. Our Caroline Cummings sat down with them.
Tonight, they speak candidly about navigating grief and honoring their parents.
It's been an uphill journey. I have just been missing them a lot lately.
There was the vigil, lying in state. A funeral that drew hundreds and was streamed live on the internet. All of it a public display of mourning for former House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark Hortman after their tragic assassinations shocked the state.
Grief it's a lighter weight when you share it with people.
But that's not how most people have to navigate the immense personal loss of their parents, something Sophie and Colin Hortman acknowledge and handle with grace.
I think it's hard and weird because this is not how normal grief should be. And I think a lot of elements of normal grief we were not allowed to experience. So in some ways it's really nice, and it's beautiful to see that people care and that it's not just us going through, the pain and the sorrow, but it requires sitting in the discomfort, I think, for sure, because it's like, yes, they were these public figures. They were known by people in many ways, many different layers, but for us, that's mom and dad.
The last year since their parents' deaths hasn't been easy.
I feel like I was struggling with a lot of panic attacks early on, and I started medication that had Prozac. One of the reasons I'm so open about taking a medication is sharing my experience with grief and trauma, and us talking about it more has been really healing for me.
The pair say their grief journeys are not linear, requiring effort every day, sometimes just to get out of bed. Each of them has turned to writing to help process their feelings and document their memories.
The morning we found out everything happened, I grabbed a notebook and I started writing because I knew we were going to have to put out statements. I knew I apparently said to someone, this is going to be bigger than any of us can imagine. But also the writing helps to create that narrative in your mind of so much understanding and control and normalcy has been taken away from us, and to articulate that and to be able to follow those threads that feel really shattered in my mind is so helpful.
Colin also successfully advocated for law changes at the state capitol born out of his family's experience cleaning up their home in the months after the attack.
We didn't get some of the normal grieving processes, like sitting in the house and having a potluck and having people come over and cry together, because it was a crime scene and then it was literally unsafe to be in. And so knowing that other families will get in months sooner definitely makes me feel really good. Makes me feel really proud, and I think in a small way helps preserve the Hortman way.
When you think about something that you're holding really close, what is that memory for you?
Well, mine's an intangible memory because I wasn't actually there for it. I've just kind of pieced together the last thing that I saw in their house, and I've talked about this before, but the rhubarb custard pie and the limes that were cut up, because clearly my mom had a margarita after the Mondale dinner, and my dad had cherries and rye, and I just want to recreate that. But it's something that I do have a real memory of, because we ate rhubarb custard pie all the time, and he would pour me that drink, or if I was not in a whiskey mood, I'd have a margarita with mom. Just sitting on the back deck and looking at the lake, and the sun sets behind, so the lake would just kind of light up if the clouds were right. And I think just getting life advice from them, mom and dad advice, not huge life-changing career, what are we doing, but simple things. Yeah, I miss that a lot.
Sophie and Colin will tell you that Melissa and Mark Hortman, for as prominent as their mom's job was, were just two normal people living a normal life. Mark, a man of many hobbies, like playing pool, mountain biking, and home brewing beer. Melissa, a person who liked to bake cakes and tend to her garden.
It's just the simple day-to-day things. Like, it's flowering crabapple season right now. And my parents let us watch The Simpsons when we probably should not have been allowed to watch The Simpsons. But my mom called them flowering crabapples. So like driving around and looking at all the trees is like, that feels connecting. Or like learning new hobbies and new skills, like genuinely, that makes me feel really connected to my dad.
But most of all, they were parents who adored their children.
I felt like what we did on our dad's birthday was really nice. We played pool, and we ate blueberry cobbler, and we just spent time together. And our mom's birthday is coming up soon, and I think we're thinking about planting a tree, maybe weeding. Maybe. I don't really want to, but that's what she would prefer. And just spending time together. Yeah. And I think in our day-to-day life, you know, hearing them and remembering them, I think that's how they would want to be remembered, because they really loved us.
I really just think about how they were, I mean, no one's perfect, but like I thought they were angels of humans.
Caroline Cummings, WCCO News.
The Hortmans are remembered by their family and friends for how they lived, not the act of political violence that took them from the world. But their children say that part of the story shouldn't be ignored either.
The reason she got into politics was because she liked doing the PTA and Girl Scouts and was connected to her community. And my dad just supported her. They're just normal people.
I think it's really easy for like the rest of the world to get, or all of us to get caught up in the feed and like it's happening behind a screen. It's not to me. And for us, it's like very viscerally not abstract ever again.
It really sucks when it's not abstract. It's really bad.
It's easy to just say what you want to say, do what you want to do, and you forget about that humanity. Do you feel like you see that today?
It still feels like we haven't learned anything. Like after our parents were assassinated, after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and it's like, this is not a partisan issue, you know? And like, how are we still continuing to use language that escalates fear? It blows my mind, and so I'm going to try to help out in that space and talk to more people and talk to leaders, but I'm just wondering what will it take for us to learn?